A very marvelous good morning to each one of you. Today's date is 25th July and the day is Saturday. Today's thought is talk less and listen more.
Good morning children, welcome to the Shivaji Group of Institution online classes. Kids, I am your Hindi teacher. Today I am going to take Hindi language class. बच्चों, पिछली कक्षा में मैंने आपको हिंदी में पार्ट 3 शब्द विचार के विषय में पढ़ाया था, जिसमें मैंने उसकी आपको 4 भेद के विषय में पढ़ाया था। उसमें से पहला भेद मैंने आपको उसमें पढ़ाया था रचना के आधार पर। आज मैं आपको उसका दूसरा भेद उत्पत्ति के आधार पर पढ़ाने जा रही हूँ। तो सभी बच्चे अपनी कॉपी हिंदी लैंग्वेज की निकालेंगे और जहाँ तक मैंने दिखाया था उसी के आगे कंटिन्यू करना शुरू करेंगे। तो हेडिंग डालेंगे अर्थ के आधार पर शब्द भेद। अर्थ के आधार पर शब्द 4 प्रकार के होते हैं। अर्थ के आधार पर शब्द कितने प्रकार के होते हैं बच्चों? 4 प्रकार के होते हैं। का है तत्सम शब्द। का क्या है? तत्सम शब्द। संस्कृत भाषा के मूल शब्द जो हिंदी में बिना किसी परिवर्तन के उसी रूप में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं, तत्सम शब्द कहलाते हैं। एक बार फिर से देखते हैं। का तत्सम शब्द। संस्कृत भाषा के मूल शब्द जो हिंदी में बिना किसी परिवर्तन के उसी रूप में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं, तत्सम शब्द कहलाते हैं। मतलब एज इट इज जो संस्कृत में लिखे जाते हैं शब्द, वैसे ही हिंदी में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं। जैसे ग्रह, सूर्य, दुग्ध, भ्रमर आदि। खा है तद्भव शब्द। संस्कृत भाषा के वे शब्द जो बोलचाल के कारण परिवर्तित रूप में हिंदी भाषा प्रचलित हो गए हैं, उन्हें तद्भव शब्द कहते हैं। हिंदी भाषा में इनका प्रयोग सर्वाधिक होता है। एक बार फिर से देखते हैं तद्भव शब्द। संस्कृत भाषा के वे शब्द जो बोलचाल के कारण परिवर्तित रूप में हिंदी भाषा में प्रचलित हो गए हैं, उन्हें तद्भव शब्द कहते हैं। हिंदी भाषा में इनका प्रयोग सर्वाधिक होता है। तद्भव शब्द वे हैं जो संस्कृत से हिंदी में परिवर्तित हो गए हैं, उन्हें तद्भव शब्द कहते हैं। जैसे घर, सूरज, दूध, भौरा आदि। मतलब कि संस्कृत में ग्रह है, उसको हिंदी में क्या ले लिया गया? घर। सूर्य, सूरज, दुग्ध, दूध, भ्रमर, भौरा। आगे आते हैं। गा है देशज शब्द। देशज शब्द क्या है बच्चों? विभिन्न बोलियों के वे जो हिंदी भाषा में आए हैं, देशज शब्द कहलाते हैं। देशज शब्द क्या है? विभिन्न बोलियों के वे शब्द जो हिंदी भाषा में आए हैं, देशज शब्द कहलाते हैं। मतलब ये शब्द जो है विभिन्न बोलियों से लिए गए हैं और उनका हिंदी में प्रयोग किया गया, उन्हें देशज शब्द कहते हैं। जैसे ईंट, रोड़ा, खिड़की आदि। घा है विदेशी शब्द। विदेशी शब्द विदेशी भाषाओं के शब्द हैं जो हिंदी भाषा में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं, उन्हें विदेशी शब्द कहते हैं। विदेशी शब्द क्या हैं? विदेशी भाषाओं के शब्द जो हिंदी भाषा में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं, उन्हें विदेशी या आगत शब्द भी कहते हैं। विदेशी शब्द या आगत शब्द भी कहते हैं। जैसे अंग्रेजी से कुछ शब्द लिए गए हैं, विदेशी शब्द हर वर्ड उससे लिए गए हैं। तो अंग्रेजी से स्कूल, रेल, मोटर, टेलीफोन आदि। इसी तरह और भी है, अरबी से लिए हैं अमीर, इनाम, औरत, गरीब, कैदी आदि। और भी है जो मैं आपको पीडीएफ के द्वारा बताऊंगी। एक बार फिर से देखते हैं। उत्पत्ति के आधार पर। उत्पत्ति के आधार पर शब्द के 4 प्रकार के होते हैं। का है तत्सम शब्द। संस्कृत भाषा के मूल शब्द जो हिंदी में बिना किसी परिवर्तन के कारण उसी रूप में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं, तत्सम शब्द कहलाते हैं। जैसे ग्रह, सूर्य, दुग्ध, भ्रमर आदि। खा है तद्भव शब्द। संस्कृत भाषा के वे शब्द जो बोलचाल के कारण परिवर्तित रूप में हिंदी भाषा में प्रचलित हो गए हैं, उन्हें तद्भव शब्द कहते हैं। हिंदी भाषा में इनका प्रयोग सर्वाधिक होता है। जैसे घर, सूरज, दूध, भौरा आदि। गा है देशज शब्द। विभिन्न बोलियों के वे शब्द जो हिंदी भाषा में आ गए हैं, देशज शब्द कहलाते हैं। जैसे ईंट, रोड़ा, खिड़की आदि। धा है विदेशी शब्द। विदेशी भाषाओं के शब्द जो हिंदी भाषा में प्रयोग किए जाते हैं उन्हें विदेशी शब्द या आगत शब्द कहते हैं। जैसे अंग्रेजी से स्कूल, रेल, मोटर, टेलीफोन आदि। अरबी से अमीर, इनाम, औरत, गरीब, कैदी आदि। ऐसे ही और भी हैं जो आप पीडीएफ में देख सकेंगे। तो बच्चों आज के लिए इतना ही, आगे का अगली कक्षा में कराऊंगी। धन्यवाद।
A very good morning to the students and everyone those who are watching this video. This is your English teacher from Shivaji Group of Institutions. Here, welcome you all in the online classes. This is your second period and I am going to continue your fourth chapter, that is nouns, singular and plural. Nouns, singular and plural. In the previous video, we have talked about the nouns, that what is noun. So, let's recall the previous video. Nouns, it is defined as the name of person, animal, place or thing. Singular noun, when we talk about one single noun are called singular noun, and when we talk about more than one noun, so it is called as plural noun. Okay, the example of singular noun: apple, cat, rat, eagle, Kanpur. Okay, and what about plural noun? Example of plural noun: apples, rats, bats. Okay, these are the plural nouns. So, look at your book at page number 15. Here are some rules of changing singular into plural, and with some exceptions that where we can change from singular into plural, where we can't change from singular into plural. So let's talk about the rules. Okay. First one, rule number 1: noun which ends with ch, sh, s, ss and x. When the noun ends with ch, sh, ss and x, so we use es in the last. So we use es in the last. Okay, just like church, for example. When we change church into plural, we use churches. Okay, and when we change torch into plural, it is called as torches. Okay, and many more examples in your book: bus, buses, glass, glasses, bench, benches. And here are the exceptions that when a word ends with x, we can't use es in the last. Exception means that thing or that belongings. Okay? OX. When we change OX into plural, it became oxen. Okay? And when we change axes into plural, it becomes axes. So this one is the exception for this rule, that noun which ends with ch, sh, s, ss and x, so we use es in the last. But there is exception, a word that is ox will change into plural, it becomes oxen, and when it is axes change into plural, it became axes. Okay? So the second rule is noun that ends with Z, we use ZES in the last. We use ZES in the last. Example, quiz. So, how can we change this quiz in plural? That first of all we write this word and then add ZES in the last. Okay? So, in this rule there is no exception, that noun ends with Z, we use ZES in the last. Example, quiz and quizzes. Third rule, noun that ends with O. Okay, the noun that ends with O, we use ES in the last. Okay, example, potato. So when you change potato into plural form, first of all you have to write this, potato, and then add ES. So this one is the plural form of potato, potatoes. Okay, just like this, buffalo. So when we change buffalo to plural, it becomes buffaloes. Okay. The third rule, that is noun that ends with O, we use ES in the last. Example, potato, and it becomes potatoes, buffalo, buffaloes. Okay. And here are the examples, means examples of some examples of exception, that is exception when we change plano into plural form and it's the word end with S, but here is some exception, we use only S in the form of plural of plano, planos. When we change plano into plural form, it becomes planos. Studio. Studios. Okay, these are the exception of this rule, that noun that ends with O. Here we use ES in the last in the normal form, and in some cases we use only S in the last. Okay. Third one, zoo. When we change zoo into plural form, we use only S in the last. Okay. These three are the exception of this rule. So, students, first of all, in the previous video, in in the previous video's homework, I have given you to write the definition of the nouns singular and plural with their examples. So now, after that, you have to write the rules as in your book. Okay, means you have to draw the table of new nouns, rules, examples, and exceptions. First of all, you have to write the 3 rules that I have explained you in this video, and rest of them we will talk about in the next video. Okay, so students, write down your homework. Learn and write the rules in notebook of chapter number 4. Okay students, that's all for today and have a great day.
Good morning students, this is Jyoti teacher from Shivaji Group of Institutions. Here welcome you all in the online classes. Students, this is the 5th period of SST of class 4. So before start today's class, let's recall what we have learned in the last classes. In the last classes we have read this chapter, the Northern Mountains, and we have started the written work of this chapter also, and we have done some of the exercise of this chapter. So today we will do the last exercise of this chapter. So for that students, take out your notebook, open a fresh page after long answers and write the next exercise from this chapter. And one more thing, don't mention lesson number or lesson name because it's not a new chapter. We are continuing our previous chapter, so just mention the heading of our next exercise, that is matching. The first one is region. Number 2 is Firam. Number 3 is Manipur. Number 4 is Uttarakhand. In the last chapter we had read about the northern mountains, means Uttari Parvat, and in this chapter we will read about northern plains, means Uttari Maidan. So now we will start the reading. The northern plains are located to the south of the Himalayas. They spread from Punjab in the west to east. So firstly we will read about the location of the northern plains. The location of northern plains. So, where is northern plains located? The northern plains are located to the south of the Himalayas. They are located to the south of Himalayas. They are located to the south of the Himalayas, and they spread from Punjab in the west They spread from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. To Assam in the east. So now we will read about the location of northern plains. means जो northern plains है, उत्तरी मैदान है, वो कहाँ पर स्थित है, इनकी लोकेशन क्या है? तो जो northern plains है, उत्तरी मैदान है, वो लोकेटेड है हिमालय के साउथ पार्ट में, और वो फैले हुए हैं पंजाब दे स्प्रेड फ्रॉम पंजाब के वेस्ट से लेकर असम के ईस्ट तक. सो एज वी नो दैट पंजाब इज लोकेटेड इन द वेस्ट एंड असम इज लोकेटेड इन ईस्ट. तो ये वेस्ट से लेकर ईस्ट तक फैले हुए हैं, जो कि पंजाब स्टेट से लेकर असम स्टेट तक. The east-west extent of the plains is about 2500 kilometer and they are 200 to 300 kilometer wide. और जो इसकी जो extent है इस plains की, वो 2500 किलोमीटर है, और ये 200 से लेकर 300 किलोमीटर तक चौड़े हैं. लंबाई इनकी 2500 किलोमीटर और चौड़ाई इनकी 200 से लेकर 300 किलोमीटर तक चौड़े हैं. They cover the states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and parts of Assam. So the states which are covered by the northern plains are Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and some parts of Assam So जो हमारे नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स हैं, उत्तरी मैदान है, ये कवर करते हैं कुछ स्टेट्स को लाइक पंजाब, हरियाणा, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, वेस्ट बंगाल और असम के Your today's homework is learn very short answer of lesson 2. This is your today's homework. You have to learn very short answers of lesson 2, the Northern Mountains. So students, that's all for today. Thank you for attending this class. Now we will meet in our next class.
Hello, good morning students. I welcome you all in our online classes. I'm your math teacher from Shivaji Group of Institution. Students, as you know that this is your fourth period, that is of maths. So students, if you have remembered that we are in chapter 3rd, right? So, chapter 3rd. Can you tell me the chapter name? Chapter name is fractional numbers. Fractional Student, as you know that we were solving exercise 3C and we have solved question number D in our studies class. And also I have given to do rest questions of question number D which we have not solved in the class. So student, as you know that we have done all the questions of question number D. I want to take a short review of it to reconfirming that really you don't have any doubt inside your mind about the questions of question number D. So student, this type of questions was in question number D. Questions was find the equivalent fraction of 3/4 with find equivalent fraction of 3/4 with suppose that if numerator is given which is fraction which numerators and denominators can be divided by any number. So here you can see the left side 7 upon 11 which cannot be divided by a particular number. So we will go with 3 upon 6. Okay. So 7 upon 11 gives me as same, and 3 is going to divide by 3 and 6 will also going to divide by 3. So it is 7 upon 11 and after dividing it is 1 upon 2. 3 2 just 6, 1 upon 2. So as you can see both are not equal, so we will put here unequal sign and we will write here no. Why no? Because we have to tell here that check whether the given fractions are equivalent. So here these fractions are not equivalent and these fractions are equivalent. Okay. So student, like these type of questions you have in your exercise 3C. Last question, question number E. It was your question number E. Okay. Now we have finished it. Now I am going to start our new exercise, exercise 3D. Exercise 3D, and for
have the question number first. So I am going to give you homework. Solve question number E in exercise 3C and solve question number A in exercise 3B. So student, this is all about today. We will continue this chapter in our next class. Till then, complete your work, keep doing revision. Thank you to all for attending today's class.
A very good morning to the students and everyone those who are watching this video. I am your teacher from Shivaji Group of Institutions. We are welcome you all in the online classes. This is your third period and I am going to continue the third chapter of your science, that is the digestive and excretory systems. Okay, so in the previous video we have talked about the need of water for digestion and excretion. Need of water and why we should need water for digestion and excretion. So first point, water is very important part of our body. Okay, second, it possesses third, fourth part of your body. Okay, third point, it helps in absorption of nutrients. Okay, insufficient water leads to constipation. Okay, fifth one, it removes toxins. Sixth, it regulates body temperature and we need to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water daily. Drink 8 to 10 glasses of water daily. Okay? So students, up to this we have studied in the previous video. Now let's read about the next topic, healthy habits of digestion and excretion. Healthy habits of digestion and excretion. Look at your book at page number 36. Okay? Excretory habits for digestion and excretion. We should follow some healthy habits to keep our organ system healthy. First point, washing hands before and after all meals. Eat meals at fixed time every day. at fixed time. Third, chew the food properly. Fourth, eat balanced diet that contains all the nutrients in adequate quantities. Follow balanced diet. Fifth one, do not talk while eating. Talk while eating. Sixth, do not overeat. Do not overeat. Eat in limited amount. Seventh, do not drink water during meal. Don't drink water during meal. Rinse mouth properly after you eat anything. Rinse your mouth properly. Okay? Do not play or sleep immediately after eating. Do not sleep after eating. Wait for some time, then go to sleep. 10th, eat lots of fruits and vegetables to add roughage in the food. Add roughage in the food. Avoid junk and fatty food. Avoid junk and fats. Eat fresh and well-cooked food. Stale food can make you fall sick. Eat fresh cooked food. Okay? These are the healthy habits of digestion and excretion. So first, washing hands before and after meals. Eat meats at fixed time. Chew food properly. Follow balanced diet. Do not talk while talking. Do not overeat. Don't drink water during meal. Rinse your mouth properly. Do not sleep even after eating. Add roughage into your food. Roughage means fruits and vegetables. Avoid junk and fatty food. Eat fresh cooked food. Okay, these are the healthy habits that you must follow at your daily routine while eating your food. Okay, so students, we have completed chapter number 3rd, that is the digestive and excretory systems. So from next video we will start written work. Okay, so students, write down your homework. Revise chapter number 3rd. Revise XP chapter number 3rd and find out exercise in book. Okay students, so that's all for today and have a great day. Thank you for watching. which is in your book, you will see the first number is I use and yes are each other's enemies. If you have learned the story, you know that I use and yes both are the best friends. So I use and yes are each other's enemies. This is past statement. So you will write F in your book in front of question number first. Now read second number. They both are toppers of the class. So really this statement is true because both best friends are the toppers of the class. So write T for the true statement in front of second number. Now see the third one, which is I did not inform yes about the change in the date of the poem competition. So this is true statement because I used want to be first and he want that yes cannot get the first prize. That's why I did not inform yes about the change in the date of the poem competition. So this is the true statement. So write T in front of third number. Now come to the fourth. Ayush won the trophy by unfair means. Yes, Ayush did the unfair with his friend. So Ayush won the trophy but by unfair means. So this is also a true statement. So write 3 in front of fourth number also. Okay. So this work means exercise work you will do in your book. Now come to the next exercise which is on the same page 22 on the downside. You can see here this is a multiplicative question. So here you have to tick the correct option. This is tick the correct option. Okay. So here you will read the first number which is you see your friend has a won in painting competition. So this is very good now. If my friend is won in a painting competition. So first number is you will be a bit of jealous of him or her. So this is wrong because we should not jealous with anyone. Second is you will appreciate her painting, and the third one is you will make faces at him. So no, this is wrong. You don't have to make any faces with anyone. So second number is correct. This is you will appreciate her painting. So the question is you see your friend has won a painting competition. Won a painting competition. So the correct option is second number. Correct option of first is second number, which is you will appreciate his her painting. So this one you will take because this is the correct option like this. Okay. Now you will see the second one. You see your best friend is sad. You see your best friend is sad. So what you will do? First number is you will try to cheer him and her. This is the correct option because if anyone is sad, Draw a line in the page mid side. One side write word, another side write meaning. Okay? First is glittering. Meaning of glittering is sparkling. Okay. Next is pretend. Meaning of it is act as if. Act as if. Okay. Next is ashamed. Meaning of it is feeling shame. Feeling shame. This is S. Feeling shame. So student, you have three meaning in your lesson third. Now we will do missing letters. Make a corner heading missing letters. Okay. So your first one is this. Second is this. Third one is this. Fourth one is this is N. Fifth one is sixth is so student, as you can see, first is pretends. Okay, so spelling is pretends. 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 Second one is school. School. Third is teacher. Teacher. Fourth is sparkling. Sparkling. Next is mirror. Mirror. Last is verbose. Nervous. Okay. So student, on today's class we have done exercise of chapter 3rd, hard words, word meaning and the missing letters. So student, this work you have to do complete on the today's class. So your homework is complete exercise hard word word meaning missing